If you don't have a good song, just by singing it or playing guitar with it or playing piano with it, then none of this is really going to help.
And like, you'll find some random plugins where it compensates at 48K, but on a session that's 44.1, it won't.
All right, so just heading down to the convention center. We're gonna go pick up the badge, maybe catch up with DIY Recording Studio Mike Trebetskov again. There might be some events on to go check out, and maybe in between I'll get my emails done, and then from there we'll head out to NoHo and get on it. DIY Recording Studio. Woo. 2 Aussies now. No, 3 Aussies. We've got Mike here as well. So we're gonna have a good time.
From Australia?
He's Russian, but he lives in Melbourne.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sick. I didn't know that.
No, he's an Australian citizen.
Oh,
so crazy. But
trouble.
I know. But I'm going to be seeing him and Mike later tonight at, what studio is it at? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, it was some kind of pun, right?
Yeah.
For the record.
For the record.
Yeah, for the record.
Was that it?
Yeah, for the record studio.
I can't remember. But anyway, somewhere Burbank, NoHo area is going to be tonight's thing. I think that's for Oak Sound. So that's going to be good and fun. And we're going to catch you on the other side because he's one of the busiest people at NAMM. He's got a packed schedule with guitar people to see and like absolute living legends to rock out with. So man, I'm just the third wheel here. So what can I say? All right, so I just smashed out a bunch of emails and stuff so I don't have to carry my laptop around today. But I haven't coffeed, so I got Starbucks. They didn't have espresso. They said there's espresso, but it didn't say it on the menu. So I paid about 10 Australian dollars for this latte. And it's like somebody pissed in milk. I give it a 0.25 out of 10. This is fucked. And I can hear my wife telling me, I told you to bring your coffee pot, but I didn't. So anyway, I'll suffer through this. All right, now we're on the way to Burbank, catching up with Bob Horn and O Mixed It for some food. And it's apparently some really cool fusion food, which I'm excited to see. So let's check it out. Bob Horn, an absolute gentleman. And Chris Rosso, meeting him for the first time. If he's in company of Bob, he's a legend. That's all I can say. You're gonna be making magic?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Absolute gentlemen's have treated me out for a feed, and 2 of the most hospitable people in LA. Absolutely incredible. Very grateful.
To all the other engineers out there, it doesn't matter what your favorite coffee is, honestly. Just give it a try and contact him, contact me, let me know what you thought. I think you're gonna love it.
Okay,
if you like taste. So, I like pedals. I actually have a pedal patch bay here, and it's coming from this side, so things can be reamped and go into here and then come back. I've got delays, reverbs, and other toys. But basically, everything in the studio can be sent to a pedal. Any keyboard I turn on can be sent to a pedal through inserts, because these are each an insert in Pro Tools, as are I have my desktop inserts right here. So anything I throw up here, you know, automatic insert. Actually, no, this is an insert now on its own. I love this piece. I think this is Australia. Ecofix.
Oh, I think I've heard of them.
Yes, hands down, one of my favorite pieces I think I've ever gotten. Ta-da! Sometimes I'll just run something right through it so it's on tape and print it back. as I take it apart. So, pedals, and then pedals, but I also have pedals.
If I check the drawers in the kitchen, would there be pedals?
You actually might find pedals. So I have a thing for pedals and keyboards. But I just love this because I can swap this out with many pedals that I have, including this and some of my favorites. For instance, this one. So I have a bunch from this collection. Everybody's gonna know what it is. They're gonna be like, yeah, I got those too. And you might, but you don't have this one. This particular one, not the version. So I have 5 of them from this one. 5, this is the low pass. I have the delay. A bunch of other ones. I like pedals.
Nice.
I'm glad they can wrap that up on camera. I'm gonna leave that there for a second because I have more pedals. Here is just boxes of stuff and pedals. One of my favorite pedals in the world. The Night Guard.
Nice.
This gorgeous piece of machinery. It's an incredible reverb, great for ambient stuff, but then an incredible delay is this one. I'm sure a lot of you have this one too.
I'm trying to dig these Genelecs.
Genelecs sound good, right?
How much were they?
I don't recall. Not bad though.
I haven't heard bad Genelecs before, or yet. I'm yet to hear a bad pair of Genelecs.
Yeah, we got those installed and got the sub with them too. I just have so many pedals, man. I could reach down here and I'll probably find more pedals.
What do you like about the Genelecs, Bob?
It's gonna sound bad, but it's the first system I've heard in this space that I like.
In this space, meaning my studio?
Yeah.
Your favorite one's in here.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I've had so many speaker systems that have gone through in here trying to make it sound right. I can agree with that.
Yeah. It's funny, I heard a pair of Genelecs yesterday up against keys. And there's just something about the Genelecs where the kick drum, like the transient at around 100 hertz sat, where I'm like, this is really clean and I can pick it apart better. Whereas the keys are quite full and they've got a big sound stage. I'm like, I couldn't pick it apart as easy on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a beauty to the Genelecs, which I appreciate.
I was actually really worried about getting them at first. I was very apprehensive. And I would say my first day with them, I was a little scared. But by second, third day, I was like, man, I should have got these a long time ago.
Yeah.
So what I try to have here as far as outboard gear are all the staples.
Yeah.
You know, CO1BL 1176, LA 610, Neves, APIs, everything that you'd find at a major studio. I try to have all the staples. If it's a plug-in and one of these, I obviously go to this. And then I print a lot. Sometimes, if I'm being lazy, I'll open the plug-in, especially since you need, like, you know, more of them. But in general, I like to run everything.
Bless you.
Gesundheit, senor. Here you go, sir. You like your coffee black? Just take a sip of that. And you can be honest if you hate it.
I'm going to be honest. I got to give a rating out of 10.
Okay.
That's
Very good.
okay. It's definitely smoother than anything I've had,
Keep
which
going.
is good. Bit of an ashy finish.
And you're gonna wake up like you wouldn't believe. In about
Yeah?
5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just going to be buzzing.
Yeah.
All right. Can I give it a square out of 10 and still stay here?
Absolutely. Give it. Wait, but wait. You gotta at least have more than 2 sips.
Okay, I'm going to have more than two.
And then, hate it or love it, let me know.
I will. I'm going to tell you guys though, because I've already made up my mind, because it does taste good.
Yeah.
6.1 out of 10.
Damn, that sucks.
No, it's good.
6.1?
No, 6.1 is good.
That's not good.
It's not great.
I
It's
talked a
good.
lot of shit for a 6.1.
No, you talked a lot of shit for it's a respectable 6.1.
4 Apollos. That's 4 of 10 Apollos that I have. I went a little Apollo crazy. But Apollo will only let you daisy chain, I hope I'm not wrong on this, 4 into one system. Right. You can have 6 in a system, but you can only have 4 daisy chained. So I wish it was more, because I would probably have 6. I mean, I have a lot of them. So another one of my favorite pieces is the Warm Audio MPX. It's an MPX, right? Yeah, 2 MPX. That thing is a beast for saturation and color.
I've never ever seen that.
It is one of my favorite pieces in the whole studio. It's phenomenal. And then I have the SSL controllers, but I also have the S3 in the dock. So it's really just a matter of if I open up SSL 360 or not.
Orbit, SSL, and all that on this?
We could, yeah.
Okay.
So Orbit, I have the Orbit as a 16-channel summing mixer, and I come out of that, and I go, I believe, to the Fusion, and then to the Bus Plus,
Nice.
and then from the Bus Plus into the Hilo,
Okay, nice.
which I have down here. That is the order, right, Bob? Yeah, I believe so. And then from the Hilo in. When I'm lazy, no. I don't do any of that. I go to the master. But in this case, when I'm taking my time on something,
You need to look good in front of other people. I get it.
exactly.
Yeah. We turn all of the gear on when people are in the studio.
Yeah, as soon as everybody leaves, it's off. Everything's off. It gets hot in here.
Oh man.
But yeah, so I do have I think the pieces that I need, I guess need is a weird question nowadays, or thought, need versus want. I have everything that I want, because all I need is a laptop nowadays, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have a good song just by singing it or playing guitar with it or playing piano with it, then none of this is really going to help.
Solo sax, which I haven't done yet. I was thinking maybe the LA2A or the CL1B, and then that would be it. And like, you'll find some random plugins where it compensates at 48K, but on a session that's 44.1 it won't. And There's some plugins that don't do it at all, or they do it when it's on, but as soon as you hit bypass, it's not compensating. So you can't A/B on and off the plugin
Properly.
without inactivating it because it won't compensate.
Is it reporting? Does it report the delay, or does it, like, how does it?
I don't know how that code works, but
Yeah.
the software sees how many samples late it is when you strap it on. But
Because I've had ones that have shifted. So they'll start in, and then I'll move some settings around. Maybe it'll be getting heavier on the DSP, and then it'll shift mid-session.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, there's some
you
crazy
serious?
stuff. The
Like-
first couple years of Universal Audio didn't delay compensate. So you could not do anything parallel until like the third year of Universal Audio.
That's probably what I was used to and why I was always hating it.
Yeah.
it's depressing.
It did
There's a lot of
everything.
little stuff. So that's it. So
You want to look at the waveform?
the originals are all next. We got phase accurate.
That's a
for the
very
most
good
part.
capture.
That's great.
Looks great.
So you don't have to worry about it.
And you did them all simultaneously as well.
Which I didn't even know you could do. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I saved
So-
you 40 minutes.
I'm gonna go ahead and hide them, but they're there if you ever need to go back.
Yeah.
So now it puts a .cm for commit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And some of the other ones have like 4 guitars instead of 1. And
Okay.
and there's
So-
one song that has vocals.
So let's say you wanted the same 1176, just get the sound on the first guitar,
Print it.
print it once you're comfortable, and then go to the second guitar, print it. That's what I do with my fancy DW Fern.
Or what you do is,
I don't have one of those, Bobby.
or give Chris an excuse to buy another
I
3.
I might actually. So, you know what's really funny? Look at this.
Did you end up finishing your coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I definitely woke me up. I got jitters,
told
which
you
I
it'll
usually
wake you
don't
up.
get. Oh, yeah, still have more.
More Apollos. I got another transient designer over here.
Yeah.
That's the 1080 and the 5080 with all the cards. I also have my Planet Fat, Turbo Fat, and there's one other one I have, another Fat, somewhere over there. But I have another rack just like this, or 2 actually, in the closet, filled with more gear.
What you guys have to do is, though, check out Chris Rosso, Bob Horn. Not only incredibly talented and passionate, but exceptionally nice people
Oh, thank
to
you.
be
Very
around.
kind.
And yeah, way too nice. Even though I gave him
6.1.
6.1 on his coffee.
Well,
I
that's
did
good,
promise
apparently.
to say I did finish the coffee, which is good, which is exceptional,
Right,
because I've thrown out 3 coffees so far in 3 days.
Yeah,
So
not bad, not
made
bad.
it to the bottom of the
My
cup.
mom will be happy.
Yeah, and he's gonna probably be cursing me out as soon as I leave the door about that 6.1. So, look, I owe you a coffee now. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna capture this on film. In my DMs, hit me up with your address, and I'll get you a coffee pot.
Absolutely. A pot? A whole
Bob
pot?
knows. No.
A pot?
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah,
Wow, I'm
you'll
totally
right
down
on the
for
burner?
I'm down for a pot.
yeah, and you'll thank me.
That's very kind.
Yeah, and if you give it a 6.1, I'll come back and haunt you. Lovely.
Well, 6.1, you got to have averages, right? So far I've had really high scores on it, but a 6.1 humbles the...
There you go.
Who's arrogant enough though to come past and actually give you a score on your coffee? Exactly.
It is what it is.
Oh, bro. We'll
Well-
leave you to it.
See you guys later.
Bob and I are just leaving Chris Ross's, and we're in the Challenger. Yes. And I think he's just going to burn rubber the whole time. So I'm strapped in because not only is he crazy, but they also drive on the wrong side of the road. I still keep saying this, it's crazy. But we'll see you at the next place. Beautiful rooms.
We got the Ibis PMCs,
Yeah,
big ones.
lovely room. Who designed it?
I don't know.
It's very familiar
I
to,
love the doors. The doors are great. I always appreciate good studio doors.
yeah, big and wide. So people don't crash into each other when they're both walking through them. Yeah.
Yeah, so the D also has the 6.2s with the XBD, but that's kind of storage for the party right now.
Yeah.
But it's similar. It's the exact same size room. The only difference is that it doesn't have this desk as a smaller desk.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes I treat it like a live room.
This is a really cool setup, the way you've done the treatment. Who planned this room?
So the acoustician is this guy named Johann Pfeif. He's a company called JV Acoustics.
Okay, yeah.
He's based out of Germany.
JV acoustic.
Do they do stuff with Augsburgers, or am I thinking of
No,
somebody else? That's
somebody
another.
else.
That's
Yeah.
somebody else.
He actually does a lot with PMC because him and Maurice,
Okay.
they knew each other back when before Maurice was like
301. Did you do 301 in Sydney?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I know the design because I saw that other room with the soffit, and I straight away.
He's vibing hard. So the idea is that they chose the speakers before they did the room, which is like a great way to do it. Moritz, the owner, he got the whole place. There used to be 2 warehouses, and he got it, and then they just built it from scratch, and everything's floating. And
Are those just big bass traps, or are those membranes at the back?
it's a combination.
Okay, interesting.
So it depends on. So Johann did he's got a whole mathematical equation thing that he's got going on, and depending on the speaker choice and depending on the size of the room, it'll be adjusted.
Because I love the fit out. I'm building a new room, and the fit out of, instead of building a whole wall and packing it out, having the lights there, and
it's a vibe
it opens it up rather than just closing it up with just there's a wall and it finishes there. Whereas that's actually a really
It's nice too because even vibe wise, like sometimes we'll just bring extra lights in for certain people, and then it'll illuminate the wall in a cool way.
just finished up at Just for the Record, and we're back in Anaheim. I'm going to get back to the room, edit this video down for you guys, and then we've got an early morning tomorrow to start off with. And then we're back out in Hollywood, I think, or NoHo for some more parties, and then we'll rock and roll there.